So today I'm going to be talking about break-even analysis. And first and foremost, we know what break-even is. And a break-even exists when a business makes neither a profit nor a loss. That is, when total costs equal total revenue. Secondly, we need to know why break-even analysis takes place. Well, businesses can know many things. One, whether it is financially worthwhile to produce a particular good. And two, whether the levels of profits that the business are likely to earn are. So when we think of break-even analysis, we think of this chart, which is labeled y-axis cost of revenue and x-axis the quantity of output. And the important thing to consider is the title. And this title will include a name of a business and the type of good produced. One of the limitations of the break-even analysis is that it only considers one product and it assumes that all of this product will be sold. And the next foremost thing that we need to take into consideration is contribution. Well, what is unit contribution? It is a difference between the product's price and its variable cost of production. A positive contribution will help towards paying some of the fixed costs of the businesses. So now I'm going to identify these different lines for you. And the green line here is the total revenue cost, the total revenue curve, which is price times quantity. And the red line is fixed cost plus variable cost, that is the total cost. And the dotted line is your fixed cost. So for a business like McDonald's, 1 million Hong Kong dollars seems reasonable for one branch. And since Big Mac meal is into consideration, we say 26 Hong Kong dollars average. And for simplicity's sake, we take 10 Hong Kong dollars to be the variable cost. So how do we find out what the break-even point is? Well, there are three different ways, and I'm gonna go through three of them fairly quickly. We can find out the break-even point by plotting the total revenue and the total cost curve, which you've done here, and the break-even point will be where the two lines intersect. But we have to remember that the total revenue is equal to price times quantity, and total cost equals to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. So using the contribution rule, we can also figure out the break-even point, which is fixed cost, so there's 1 million in this case, over the unit contribution, which is 26 minus 10, which is 16. The break-even quantity BEQ refers to the level of output where the total costs equal total revenue. That is the quantity of burgers. It is not a monetary value. Now to see this margin of safety, which you see here. The margin of safety is, as we see here, it exists. This line, it says 21,029, and as we drag down the current level of output, it becomes a loss. It's negative. What the margin of safety measures is the difference between the firm's current sales quantity and the quantity needed to break even. So it can be said that when there is a positive when there's a positive margin of safety, it shows how much demand exceeds the break-even quantity. Safety margin can be measured by a level of demand minus the break-even quantity. It is also important to remember the margin of safety is a unit of measurement of the volume of the Big Mac meals. It is not a monetary value. And now we go on to see what changes can be made. When there is an increase in price, we see that nothing happens to the total cost because the total fixed cost and the total variable cost stay the same. However, when price increases, BEQ will be lower. This makes sense because the company is now making more revenue per unit sold. Subsequently, after a price increase, the profit area, which is the area between where the total revenue curve is above the total cost curve, increases. And when price lowers, the reverse happens. So changes in fixed costs can also be seen. When fixed costs increase, the BEP will rise, and when it decreases, BEP will fall. Total revenue will decrease as the profit will decrease as the fixed costs increase, because there is more costs. As costs decrease, there is a larger profit area as seen. And when variable cost changes, there's a significant change in the profit and loss area, as well as the BEP. When variable costs increase, BEP significantly increases, and when it decreases, the same happens. It's proportional. I hope you've all learned something today. Thank you.